We dated for 2 years. We got married on the 21st of August in 1973. And I was at the time 19 and he was 23. After our wedding, we went on a honeymoon for 2 nights to Nairobi. I started vomiting there. And I didn't know that I was pregnant. I was too young. I didn't realize. And Eli was so thrilled that I was pregnant, that he's going to have to be a father. And he was so thrilled that he jumped a few steps over the steps, and yeah, I'm going to be a father. We have a picture of us with a baby in a pram. It was my nephew. He said to me, you see, this is how we will look like when we have our own baby, and we will be old people together holding hands. When we will be old, we will still be in love. But we didn't. We were only married for 6 weeks because of the war. He ran off to war without saying goodbye, something that was very difficult for me all the years. He just ran to the war to protect Israel. That was his main mission. He knew that he had to run to the war to protect his wife, his future kids, and all the people in Israel.
My name is Elipaz, and I have my dad's name in my name, part of it.
Eli, whose ray of gold touched my life. Paz is gold.
I was born after my dad, Eli, died in the Yom Kippur War. And since I remember myself, Eli was part of the house, and it was just naturally part of my life. I never knew it was different. I never knew that it's not really normal to have a dad that's not here. This is the book that was put together by the family before I was born. This is the way that I was able to have a look at Eli through a whole lot of people's eyes and learn about him. And through the book, I'm able to also pass on his memory to my kids.
So everyone wanted to tell the story of Eli. It was very important to everyone. And that's how they started collecting stories from his teachers, from the kids from the class, from his parents, from my parents. In the book, there's stories about Eli throughout his life.
So when I became a mother, I've realized that is something that I really want to pass on. And I made sure that my mother will tell them stories and I will read them in the book and stuff like that.
Every year we celebrate his birthday, and it's in March. So we light a candle and we talk about him. He would have been 73 this year.
I like to feel joy. I don't like to feel sadness. It was his birthday. It's the day he came to the world. It's like I feel like I want to send him happy feelings and that I'm grateful.
Every year there was a ceremony at school to remember his name. And the bursary that was given at that school every year was not for academic achievements, but for social contribution to your peers.
You know, they say that you feel things of people that are not here when you know them and they're gone, and sometimes you feel like they're with you. And I was never physically in the same place with him, but I feel throughout my life I have really, really strange things happen to me that I feel like he's there and he's watching me and he's looking after me and he's guiding me from somewhere else. when I was young, I didn't want to really tell my stories, although I didn't have a choice because my name is Eli Paz and it was always a unique name, and people always asked me why Eli Paz, and I would have to tell the stories, but I always used to say, but I'm okay, I'm a happy person, and I was always scared people will feel sorry for me. But I think that in life you can choose if to be happy or if to just be in sadness, and I was born into a lot of sadness, but from the first second I came into the world, everyone around me made sure sadness is not the main thing around me. That optimism is the most important thing, and I think that passed on to me, and that is something that I'm passing on to my kids. That things happened, and the way you deal with it and how you make life out of that. That is what is important. So I want whoever is watching this to look at it as a story that has a happy ending event. At the end of the day, that we are still here in this country, and we make sure that Eli's memory will pass on and on and on, and infinity to infinity.
הייתי. שמי ציפי לנקיס זוהר, ואני אחות של צבי לנקיס, שנפל ב-1968 במהלך מלחמת ההתשה. לאט לאט נפגשתי עם אנשים שהכירו אותו, והתחילו לספר לי עליו. והתחלתי להכיר אותו. המסע הזה היה מאוד מרגש ומאוד מטלטל.
אני עוזי קירמה, אבא של יוסי קירמה, הוא נפל בקרב ב9/10/2016. פה החיים שלי השתנו בתור אבא, והחלטתי שעוד בלוויה שאני מוסר את כל כולי להנצחה של יוסי, כי הוא חייבים להבין את מה שהוא עשה ואת המורשת שלו. ואז אני מאז עושה הרצאות בבית ספר לשוטרים. אני נבחרתי להיות סגן יושב ראש יד לבנים בירושלים. אני נותן מעצמי ואני מרגיש שהנתינה הזאת ממלאה אותי, וככה אני עוזר להנציח את הזיכרון של יוסי. עשיתי כיכר במבשרת, אני רוצה להקים בית לחיילים בודדים במבשרת. אני עושה פעם בשנה מסע אופנועים שמגיעים 1,000 אופנועים ועושים מסלול לזכרו, ובסוף יש נאומים, וכל מה שאפשר, כאילו בכל מה שאני יכול להזכיר את יוסי או לעשות למען זה שיזכרו את יוסי, אני עושה, וזה מה שממלא אותי ונותן לי את הכוח להמשיך ביום-יום עם כל המקרה הגרוע והאסון שאי אפשר לתאר את הכאב ואת הקושי ביום-יום.
שמי דורון רוזנפלד מזרחי, ואני אב שכול מזה 6 שנים לזיו זכאי מזרחי. הבן שלי נפל באירוע חבלני בכביש 443. אני גם אח שכול לצערי. אני איבדתי אח לפני 20 שנה, שאיבדנו את היקר לנו, והילד לא נמצא איתנו, ואין לו המשכיות בעולם הזה. מאוד חשוב לנו הזיכרון. אני חושב שביום הזה, יום הזיכרון שנקבע, יום הזיכרון הלאומי, להיכנס לאיזשהו אתר, תמונה של חלל, ולשמוע את הסיפור, את סיפור החיים, את סיפור המקרה, זה דבר שיש לו ערך מאוד מאוד גדול. לנו, ההורים, זה נותן המון המון כוח, בכך שאנחנו יודעים שמישהו שאנחנו לא מכירים, שומע את הסיפור, לומד את הסיפור, וממשיכים עם זה את חיי הנצח של מדינת ישראל.
It's so important to keep the memory alive of simple people. He was not something grand. He was a simple guy that loved his family, loved his country, loved the Jewish people.
אנחנו חייבים להמשיך ולהפיץ את הערכים הטובים שאנחנו בנויים עליהם, שאנחנו התחנכנו עליהם, על מנת שאנחנו תהיה לנו מדינה עם ערכים. מדינה בלי ערכים לא שווה שום דבר.
Behind all the numbers of thousands of soldiers that are not here, behind each one there's like a big story of a family. And I think the more you get into, you don't look at numbers and you look at one.
You must keep the memory of those soldiers, young people that gave their lives so that the other people in Israel and the Jewish people in the world can feel safe.
שיהיה להם ניצוץ של תקווה. בלי התקווה, בלי העתיד, אין מה לעשות.
I think it's important to pass on these stories, and in order to make a real memory, it's what I see that really helps is for people to go on a website like Honor Israel's Fallen, that you can read more and learn more and do like an action that helps you be part of that, learn more about the person and see how you connect to that person. And I think that makes it more personalized, and I think the more you read, the more you want to learn, because we are all the same, and We each have a unique story, and I think it's very fascinating to learn about other people's stories.